Travel is expensive, right? So it stands to reason that long-term slow travel, well, it has to be more costly. So how in the world do I manage it, especially on a fixed income? Well, the honest answer is, I don't. Hi, I'm Rick, and welcome back to The Journey. And yep, today we're going to use my life as a cautionary tale of everything that you really shouldn't be doing financially as far as nomadic life and slow travel, because believe me, everything that I'm doing now, it's completely wrong. Okay, let's set the stage. In case you're new around here, I do world travel. I live in a school bus. I basically gave up on a normal 9-to-5 life and well, I'm living another direction. I also live on Social Security. I have a very, very fixed income. So the problem is, how do you have all of this with so little of this and still make it all work? Okay, let me give you a for instance. Under the category of lodging, our budget is $35 a night. That's roughly $1,000 a month. Now, put it in comparison, there's these YouTubers that we follow, JP and Amelia, they do expatty things. Their budget per night, cheap budget per night is $70. We're not quite in the same league. You know, they're staying in nice places and I'm staying in the bottom bunk of a hostel and calling that great. Another big expense, everybody's big expense, is food, which means we have to find places that will have a kitchenette. So that pretty much rules out hotels. It also tends to raise the prices of the places we can stay. Now, we've also got to do shopping, oftentimes just replenishing the basics and the staples, and sometimes even utensils when we show up at a new place. Food can be quite a large budget item. So I suppose one option could be, well, Rick, just eat out more. And we do, trust me. We eat out far more than we should. Just down that road over there, we had lunch yesterday. It was 2 beers, 2 plates of food. I think we had a salad. And it was $90 US. I'm in Istanbul, Turkey, by the way, where things are supposed to be a little more inexpensive. Not so much. Day before lunch was $70. We can't afford to eat out. We just simply can't afford to eat out and put that in the budget.
So, despite the fact that, well, I've been telling you how poor I am, we also need clothes. I can't keep looking like a slob all the time. I have holes in them, so we got to try to find a way of shopping that's more affordable. By the way, I'm wearing some we got the other day. I gotta show you because I feel like I clean up pretty well. Hey Nikki, do me a favor. Hold that right there. Show you how well I clean up. Time to inspect the suites. Oh, the things you wanted. Yeah, that is what I was looking for. What else they have besides white? Or where were they? Okay, the official haul, 2 pair of pants, $8 each US. The trick to Istanbul, if you're ever here, is there's these big shopping streets like this, and they're expensive. They'll throw signs out there, buy one, get one free, but the one is a $100 shirt. Not exactly my price range. But you go into the little pasajes, that's Spanish, I don't know how they say it here, the passages, and there's tons and tons of smaller stores. I have no illusion that this is quality, and I have no illusion that it's really a name brand. But for $8, it looks good, it fits. That's all that matters.
And well, I don't have to tell you all the little gory details. You've got a budget of your own. I mean, we've got flights to get here and there, trains, buses. Hell, once you're here, how are you going to get around here? You can't walk everywhere. Things cost money. And trying to live on well under $3,000 a month, it's a struggle. Oh, and I forgot all about the expenses that I have that you don't. I have a bus back home in storage that I've got to pay for, along with the insurance for it. And oh, we don't want to talk about insurance. We most certainly don't want to talk about American healthcare insurance. That's a whole nother video. Let's just hope that I never get sick back in the United States. So I guess you can see the problem. Travel is very, very expensive, or at least it can be. When we started this lifestyle just over 3 years ago, I had a plan. I was going to set aside half of what little savings I had in my 401k, and we would use that. We would just use it as best we could until Well, it's all gone, completely in the rearview mirror. Now, the problem is, no matter how frugally you try to live, expenses just keep piling up and up and up. Now, I have this spreadsheet that I use to track everything because I'm like that. Anyway, when every single month you were losing between 2 and 5% of your total net worth, month after month after month, it adds up, and it adds up quickly. Oh, and why aren't I living high on the hog on all of my YouTube income? Last month, I had my highest revenue ever. It was $160. $160 isn't even going to buy me 2 lunches, so we can just sort of take that one right off the plate right now. So then, why do we choose to live this life? And that is actually a very good question. If it's so damn expensive to live, why don't I just go back to suburbia and become a normal human being? Because I can't. I won't. This is a life that we choose, and it is truly worth it. And I believe in my heart that we have a way, we have found a way of making it work. I hope. Now, one of the things we've been trying is to find countries outside of the US that are not as noisy as this place. Give me a second and maybe we'll actually find it. Now, one of the things we're trying is we're looking at countries outside of the United States that are much more affordable to live. It's the big reason we went to Albania, for instance, and spent so much time there. And it is indeed much cheaper. I mean, there are extra expenses and extra noise and extra problems that you have living there. One of the reasons we're here in Turkey for so long, we heard that it was affordable. Jury so far is probably not going to vote in favor of that, but I'm going to keep an open mind. And we still have a couple more countries yet to go. Vietnam, for instance, is a place that we've truly heard is a very affordable lifestyle. And we still have to get over there once the rains stop. But then again, you've got the expenses flying halfway around the world. Does that offset what it costs to live there cheaper? Now, we did find one very fun and very inexpensive way of existing, and it's the way that we're actually getting back to the United States in a couple of months, and it's a cruise ship. I know cruise ship sounds expensive, but we are taking a cross the Atlantic repositioning cruise, and it's only $42 a night. That's for all lodging. That's for all food. Granted, it's also for 2 people, so it's technically 84. But hear me out. We've got some weird Rick logic math going on here. We were going to have to fly back anyway. So if you take that out of the picture, it's $42 a night per person for transportation, lodging, and food. If you just look at the lodging and food part, you're going to be spending $14 a night each. $14 a night for a place to sleep and all the food you can stand? That's pretty affordable. Problem is, the repositioning cruises only happen twice a year, so 18 days here, 18 days there. Still got a lot of weeks left in the year to try to cover, you know what I mean? Oh, look at all that yummies. We got this for dinner the other night. Despite it being on that street, it's surprisingly affordable and variety. And believe me, yummy. So this is how you have a cheap lunch. Oh, those look yummy. As does all of this food. Main entree, 2 desserts, salad, entree, salad, bread and rice, a couple of sodas. It all came to 1,000 Turkish lira, which, give me a second to get the camera set up. I'll tell you what that is. 1,000 Turkish lira, 30 bucks. So 2 entrees, 4 salads, 30 bucks, pretty darn cheap for here especially. Let's see what it tastes like. Here's the fun thing. I don't even know what that is.
It's
Still bigger on your shirt.
some kind of impenetrable. No idea. Ooh. It's like a chicken pot pie covered in cheese. It's, oh my God, it's good. That is seriously, seriously good.
But like I said, we have a solution that we are 100% sure is going to work. Now, the start of this solution is you can't think in terms of day anymore. I mean, okay, we've got $35 a day, and if we break that rule, bad things will happen. You got to think more long term. So the solutions that we come up with are, can we afford over a year span? So that means it's going to be a combination. Bus life is going to be a huge, huge portion of the solution. But here's the thing, bus life comes with its own unique expenses. Diesel, for one. So we're going to have to do bus life a little differently as well. That's sort of the theme about our whole solution, is everything's going to have to be done just a little bit differently. Bus life before, we would go 2 days here, 3 days there. We were just on the run. Well, we're going to have to start going 2-3 weeks here, 2-3 weeks there. It saves money on diesel. It saves money on putting ourselves in a place. And that's probably a good time to talk about BLM land. In case you haven't heard of that, that's Bureau of Land Management. Out west, the federal government owns a hell of a lot of land, and you can stay there for free. Now, I think you can only stay there for 2 weeks at a time through most of it, but that's pretty simple. Well, you just park yourself in a spot in Arizona, say, for 2 weeks. Then you get up, you drive a mile, you park yourself in another spot for 2 weeks. Lather, rinse, repeat. It is very, very affordable. Now, is it terribly exciting sitting on a rock in Arizona with not a whole lot around you? That's a drawback. However, it is seriously affordable. But that can't be the entire solution. You see, we still want to travel. We still want to see other places. And that's going to require doing things a little bit differently as well. You see, we just have to learn from our mistakes. And by our, I'm mostly speaking about my mistakes. What it means is, instead of traveling to the popular resort destinations, the places where everybody typically goes to, we got to start finding the little off the beaten path, but just as lovely and just as gorgeous places. And honestly, that's the kind of places we like better anyway. Oh, and for the record, I am not adverse to just pointing the bus south and cruising through Central and South America. I mean, if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. But still, there are problems that have to be solved, but they're not insurmountable, and people all around the world have done them. Like visiting family. I mean, every expat in the world tries to figure out, how do you go back and visit family? It's just, for us, the money of getting back there is more of an issue, I guess, than it is to some. I mean, there are problems that are actually not problems. You would think healthcare. Now, as far as us, as long as we stay outside of the United States, healthcare is just fine. Every country that we go to, especially, say, Mexico, healthcare is plentiful, perfect, and very inexpensive. So yep, our solution is more of a combo one, primarily bus life, primarily kind of being on the move, kind of doing slow travel the affordable way. But even bus life does come with its problems. We live in a 15-year-old converted school bus. It takes diesel, it takes maintenance. Do you know how much a truck mechanic costs? So everything has its drawbacks, everything has its costs, but you can't let that stop you from what it is that you want to do, from living your best life possible. So yep, the bottom line is, there are ways of making this work. You have to have an unconventional lifestyle. You have to go back to pretending like you're 20 and learning how to live on a budget again. And you got to give up some of the creature comforts that you've come to get used to as a mature, or in our case, semi-mature adult. It requires change. It also requires, learning one other very important lesson that it took us a very long time to learn. And that's, why did we wait so long to start this lifestyle? If this is the life that we wanted, and this is the life that we needed, then why did it take till 3 years ago before we finally got around to learning how to do it? Maybe we should have started a little bit sooner. Maybe you should too. Be healthy, be happy, and we'll see you soon.